has thrown its current generation Fiesta model one last party, a 40th birthday party in fact, before it was replaced later this year, and it comes in the form of this new ST hot hatch model, the ST200. Oh, and this just so happens to be the most powerful production Fiesta ever made, and apparently Ford's only going to make 1,000 of them, but I am getting ahead of myself here. Let's just discuss exactly what this ST200 is all about. I mean, as you can see, it's got a unique Top Gun-esque storm grey paint job. It's got special 17-inch matte black alloy wheels. You get the usual lashes of ST body kits. There's a 15mm lowered ride height, and of course you get ST200 badging thrown in as well. But more importantly, it has 197 brake horsepower, 212 brake horsepower in overboost mode. Now, if you frequently read or watch car reviews, I'm sure you're sick to death of hearing just how good the Fiesta is. I mean, it's constantly used as a benchmark for fun factor, whether it's in its standard guise or its ST hot hatch one. But is it really that good to drive? Yes! This thing is absolutely brilliant to drive. So that extra power I mentioned before, which overall is 32 brake horsepower more than the standard model, comes from the same 1.6 litre turbocharged petrol engine, but of course it is retuned. And you also get more torque, 290 newton meters in fact, or 320 newton meters with overboost mode. Now, overboost mode is accessed when you floor it in third or fourth gear, and it gives the turbo an extra bit of boost, and this lasts for 15 seconds. And thanks to these enhancements, the ST200 is 0.2 seconds quicker to 62 miles per hour, just 6.7 seconds. And does it feel fast? Well, yeah, it does. It certainly gives you that sports car feel. And thankfully, this engine is mated to a smooth, yet notchy, in a good way, short throw 6-speed manual gearbox, and this is just a pleasure to use. And in terms of the way this thing drives, I mean, it's just phenomenal. The steering's razor sharp, it offers a great weight to it, and you can just point your way through bends, and you always feel 100% connected and involved. No, it doesn't have a limited slip differential, it has an open differential, but the amount of grip and finesse this thing offers is just amazing. I mean, it just flings itself around bends. The engine note's got a nice low hum to it as well. I mean, yes, a lot of this noise is sent synthetically out through the speakers, but you know what? I don't know if you can hear it, but if I pop a window open here, you can certainly hear that it's got a bit of a meaner note to it, especially when it comes to the whistle of that turbo. The ride is firm in the S200, but I actually think it strikes a nice balance. I mean, don't get me wrong, you're going to be dodging potholes for dear life, but you want it to corner well, don't you? One thing I will say about the added power though is that when you floor it from the off, you can get a bit of torque steer, which is easily fixable by lifting off the accelerator a bit, but just to let you know, it is there. Now, if you start Googling and looking deeper into the changes of the S200, then you'll no doubt come across the fact that it's got unique steering, rear torsion beam, dampers, stability control, and a lot of other things. But these changes have now been applied to the standard ST model, so not so unique, at least not anymore, which is to say, drive-wise, the only unique thing you get with the ST200 is more power. But that doesn't take away from the fact that this car is massively entertaining to drive. I mean, it wants to be driven, it teases you to drive it, and you always end up with a smile on your face when you're doing it. The ST200 gets a few atmospheric touches in the cabin as well, which build on the ST3 trim of the standard model, and these include the likes of an ST200 plaque down here, very nice. You also get these Recaro sport seats with ST logos on the headrest and contrasting stitching, and you get these nice silver-lined seat belts as well. But apart from that, it's pretty standard Fiesta layout really, which is, to be frank, in need of a serious update. But if you want to read more about the Fiesta's interior, then you can click the link on screen now. Is interior quality really that important when a car's this good to drive though? Well, no, and I think you'd agree with me if you drove it. So you may be thinking, it's a no-brainer then, I'll go for an ST200. It may not be as unique as originally thought, but at least it's still better. So how much is it gonna cost me? Well, assuming you can get hold of one, it's gonna cost you £23,000. That's £5,000 more expensive than the standard Fiesta ST. But at least it's still got more power, right? Yeah, it does, but there's also a little thing called Mantune, which is a tuning company that will upgrade your standard Fiesta ST to offer the same amount of power as the ST200, and that's the same amount of power all the time, not just overboost. And that'll cost you just £600. Yeah. But unlike the standard Fiesta ST, this doesn't really offer great value for money. Not really. I mean, it's just more of a homage to an already fantastic car, and the average Joe probably won't buy it, but I'm sure a Ford fanboy would bite your arm off for it. And driving a car like this does make you question bigger, faster, more expensive sports cars, especially if you're buying them purely to have fun behind the wheel. I mean, 20 grand for this amount of fun? It really puts things in perspective. What do you think of the Fiesta ST200? Let us know in the comments section below, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Click on the inquire button to find out more details about this car, or for any other models, visit carkeys.co.uk. And to watch more reviews, click one of the links on screen now.